So, what's the deal with these human creatures? Why do they look like, this? I mean, they look cool, but just why? Well, if you're curious, we have to thank this man for these designs. This is Hieronymus Bosch, a very famous Western artist who lived during some of the most crucial moments in late medieval Western European history. Bosch was born sometime in the 1450s and lived where what would be now modern-day Netherlands. He was born into a long line of painters and seemed to be raised in a rather stable home for the time. Despite future claims of Bosch being a heretic or a madman, he was indeed a stout Catholic, being a member of the illustrious Brotherhood of Our Blessed Lady, which was devoted to the Virgin Mary. Bosch lived during a time of profound anxiety in Europe. Religious corruption was widely perceived, and apocalyptic fears were very, very common. Sermons, morality plays, and devotional texts frequently emphasized humanity's fallen nature and the looming dread of damnation. Bosch's art visualized these fears in vivid detail. Throughout his life, Hieronymus Bosch created some truly inspiring works and received some commissions from some of the most powerful people in Europe at the time. And one of those commissions just so happened to be of the Garden of Earthly Delights. This was a large triptych, which meant it was a series of paintings hinged together as to be appreciated side by side. The Garden of Earthly Delights would normally be closed when not being shown off to nobles or close friends, and would depict a monotone visualization of the third day in the book of Genesis, where God split the land and the sea. However, once the triptych opened, a wave of color and chaos greeted the viewer, a sight that could captivate guests for long periods of time. Starting from the left panel, we are given a depiction of the Garden of Eden, with Adam being presented Eve by a youthful god. These three figures are surrounded by lush greenery and the beauty of life and animals. But even in what is supposed to be a true utopia, sin of many forms can be seen festering in the corners of the panel. Moving to the middle panel, and possibly the most famous part of the triptych, is a depiction of man indulging in numerous vices and sin. Everything on this panel is in excess: consumption over the oversized fruits, sexual acts and innuendos, and the mishandling of the garden's original purity in animals. We even see some familiar faces on this panel that we've already encountered on our journey thus far. This panel can be seen as a warning or satire against the concept of obsession, which would pair very well with the current moral teachings of living in moderation at the time. Then we move to the rightmost panel, which depicts hell, or sometimes referred to as the musical hell, the various instruments used as tools of torture throughout the panel, ranging from flutes to bagpipes. This panel is darker, colder, and more claustrophobic than the others. Buildings burn, frozen lakes trap sinners, and grotesque demons inflict punishments upon man for their sins. And of course, our most recent human encounter is here as well, one of which is actually a design seen in other works of Bosch. This is the Tree Man, which some believe depicts lust or greed itself, with the many couplings between man and demon atop its head surrounding a bagpipe, or due to the tavern inside its eggshell where suggestive acts often occur. The face of the Tree Man is also commonly believed to either be a self-portrait of Bosch in some way, or just a potential visualization of the devil himself. Either way, with this panel, Bosch presents damnation as the outcome of moral failure. This piece was no doubt meant to spark conversation amongst those who were allowed to view it, and is essentially a massive amount of clear metaphors placed throughout the entire triptych. The meaning behind the creation of the Garden of Earthly Delights is to this day still debated, with some believing it to be made as a warning against sin, an ironic depiction of pleasure, or a satirical jab at the corruption in the church and its obsessed followers at the time, especially with the various reformations taking place during Bosch's life. This was a commissioned piece, after all. Metaphori Fantazio takes heavy inspiration from Bosch's works, not just this singular triptych, but the Garden of Earthly Delights in both its visual representation of anxiety, desires, and humanity, along with the many metaphors rooted in each of its panels, are deeply tied to Atlas's vision for what Metaphori Fantazio is supposed to be and represent. This game tells a story that is meant to spark conversation, and one's not too dissimilar to that of Bosch's Garden of Earthly Delights. And because of that, I wanted to take some time to appreciate Bosch and one of his greatest works. But don't worry, we'll be seeing plenty of his creations as we continue our journey throughout this game. And if you're interested in Bosch or his works, please do yourself a favor and check them out. I couldn't even cover a single fraction of the interesting aspects of his works, let alone the Garden of Earthly Delights in this video. So I implore you to go and find your own conclusion for what this triptych was supposed to be telling us. And with that, let's get back to playing this silly video game. Hello there, friends, and welcome back to more Metaphor Fantazio. Last time, after defeating Zorba and his human in the Regolith Grand Cathedral, we talked to some of our friends over the course of a few days and completed our first bounty here in the Tradia Desert. Today, we are going to be spending the remaining 2 days before Forden's official announcement, whatever that may be, hanging out with some more bonds. No, we're not. This is not a financial thing. We're hanging out with some more of our followers and trying to increase our social rank. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that little, well, in pre-production I called them fireside chats, but I guess they're more of lectures now, aren't they? Anyways, today we're going to start out by hanging out with our boy Stroll. He is available and he will be ranking up. Sorry, Hulkenberg, you're just not available right now. And while we could talk to some of you guys, you wouldn't get a rank up. So we're gonna hang out with Stroll. Strolly boy, what you got for us?
Yeah.
Ah, it's you. Staying put like this puts the day of calamity in mind for me. Actually, let's before I talk about this, let's see what's let's get a refresh on what's been going on with him. Stroll reunites with Rangif, once a servant of his noble house. Hearing the struggles of Halia's citizenry, he seeks to arrange housing for them. Alright, now that we know exactly what's been going on, in case you forgot about it, let's actually begin this. This regards Lord Hydran, the landowner of Grand Trad my family's old caretaker mentioned the other day. Rumors say that he's clever, and not in the good way. I'm lost about how to approach him. Sure, I'll go with you.
Thanks a bunch.
Thank you. Just having you by my side would be reassuring. He's a devout sanctus, so we should look for him near the Grand Cathedral. Oh, then is it really a good idea that I'm going? But you know what? We'll figure it out. I was told Lord Hydran comes here often. Right on cue. If I'm not mistaken, you're the young Lord Stroll, are you not? It's an honor to make your acquaintance, Lord Hydran, but how do you know me? Nary a soul in the kingdom hasn't heard at least rumors of Halia's tragedy. Perhaps you've come to reflect and pray. No, I came to see you, actually. I understand full well this request may seem unreasonable, but
Truth is,
I've come to beg the use of some of the vacant domiciles in the capital. I know, as you know, my countrymen who fled Halia reside here, sleeping on the streets. Without roofs over their heads, they barely scrape by. And so I implore you, please consider offering your support to these fine people.
no.
Are you implying I should do this as some manner of charity? Am I to be compensated in any way? Odd that you would petition me on their behalf to begin with. It's not as though they are still your responsibility. Besides, is poverty not an individual's onus to bear? They were attacked and forced to flee their homes. You would still hold them responsible for their lack of means.
Yes.
So fate was cruel to them, and they could not rise above it. Should they not hold themselves to higher standards? I'm afraid I'm under no obligation here. Besides, what of your own circumstances? With your parents and land gone, you have little else to anchor you. Consider restoring the glory of your house before you worry about the rabble. You're right about one thing. I was a fool to ask for your aid.
What?
What about everyone from back home?
Obviously.
Don't worry. I won't abandon my people. Incidentally, don't I know your compatriot from somewhere? You needn't worry about him. Besides, I must apologize for taking up your precious time today. But before I go, I would have you know that those refugees are my people, and no matter your stance on it, I will do everything in my power to save them.
Worry not.
My good lad, I'm sure I must come across rather harshly, but it's not as though I have no sympathy for you. Abandoned by your parents, shunned by your relations, you were left to the harsh truths of the royal capital too young. It's a pity.
Hang on.
You should choose your words more carefully.
Stop.
Let's not let our tempers get the best of us. This isn't over yet.
I'm sorry.
I'm so sorry, Rangif. I wasn't able to persuade Lord Hydron to offer assistance. It was always going to be a tall order, but he tossed it aside, calling it personal responsibility. And that I couldn't abide.
No.
Please, don't apologize. That you went to such efforts is more than we could ask. Besides, you needn't worry about us. Young master, your focus should be on rebuilding our great house.
Yes.
House Haliatus must rise again from the ruin that human wrought. Restore it to its former glory, or, I should hope, to greater heights still. I'd heard you've been living off the generosity of the noble families who respected your lord parents. To be brought so low can't have been easy for you. Your people only wish to see your house flourish once again. With your inheritance, you should...
Wait.
Excuse my interruption, but did you just say inheritance? When the village was destroyed, I don't recall any mention of... So you were unaware of it. I suspected as much, given our conversation the other day. Your father would have kept it separate from the estate. Of this I have no doubt. Though I couldn't begin to say how or where.
Taking that into account.
Interesting. Well, if there were any clues left, I'm sure they would all point to Halia.
Well then.
Sounds like an investigation is in order.
Yeah.
Perhaps, though I doubt anything survived the fire.
Hey, so.
Regardless, I'll make the journey back home on my own. Alright? I'll not burden you with a wild goose chase. No, we'll do this together. But I sincerely doubt we'll find anything in that rubble.
Thank you.
But listen, thank you for today. I would have lost it if you hadn't been in there to calm me down. I've avoided this for too long. It's time to face the ruins of my home head on. Might I ask for your help yet again? I'm not sure I could take another step without you at my side. Ah, well, thank you. I can sense Stroll's deep-seated trust and burgeoning resolve. The proud noble Stroll, keeper and inheritor of the warrior's virtues. No. Through thy shared bond, a new heroic embodiment slumbering within thee has come to blossom. Bear this new power, foster this connection, and by their strength, fulfill thy destiny. Rank 3 with Stroll.
Of course I'd like you to come, but...
What, Stroll? Huh? Speak! Anyways, with a firm handshake, we obtain Warrior Archetype Adept. The party can now study the Swordmaster, which is our... that's our left ankle. That sounds about right. You can now study the Swordmaster in Academia. Try seeing what new powers await you. I do hope you'll find the inheritance your parents left for you. All they hoped for was that you would come into your own with a worthy house. They would be so proud of how wise beyond your years you've become, your father especially. You're just like him in that respect. I am not worthy to share mention of my father, but whatever the case, I intend to honor their wishes. Pray, await my return. Sounds good. Stroll and I return to the others. That'll be an interesting story to follow. We got lots of mag for that too. So, the Swordmaster! Once I finish hearing voices in my head, once again it's Brigitte. Get out of my head, get out of my head, get out of my head. Brigitte comes to mind, don't worry, we'll talk to her in just a little bit. I want to talk briefly about the Swordmaster. We're not going to be seeing that today. In fact, there will be no combat today, but let's go ahead and take a look at it. For one, we need Warrior at rank 20 in order to study it, plus 7,200 mag. However, the Swordmaster, besides multi-target attacks, it also possesses skills to increase basic attack damage to help rely less on MP. It's 7,200 mag, and we need Warrior to be rank 20. That goes for literally anyone. You have to study the Warrior and get it to level 20 in order to access Swordmaster. That is consistent across everyone. You need a Stroll to be rank 3 in order to actually get access to this thing. So, the Swordmaster has Round Slash. We've seen this already, but it comes booked into the archetype rather than needing to use it as a synthesis skill. That's pretty decent. And pretty much everything else is all enemies' attacks. And their synthesis skills focuses on either doing AoE attacks or some single target moves. But this is essentially going to be your AoE warrior archetype if you want to go that route. It also has slash dodge, which will increase evasion against slash attacks. Decent for archetypes that are weak to it. And then martial lore increases basic attacks power by 50%. It's alright. Now, one of the benefits is that the warrior... Actually... okay, I'll be honest here. I was gonna say positive. The Swordmaster's okay. It's okay. I mean, we'll obviously try it out, and you know, we'll make some use of it. But there's a reason why I'm glad that there's a reason why I've stuck with Stroll on Brawler, not just because the fact that the Regolith Grand Cathedral was so beneficial towards it, but also because I'm in no rush to get Warrior up to level 20 in order to get Swordmaster. This is not one I'm all that interested in working on right now. But trust me, we'll see. We'll get back to Warrior here in a little bit, and we'll get some use out of it. But I just wanted to go ahead and talk about that for a little bit. Not the kind of day I'd like to be out in, but the shops are having sales, so why don't we go somewhere nearby? I'm more familiar with the city than you, so feel free to ask me anything. So today is Idols Day, which means we can have sales, so I want to go around the shops and see what I want to buy. There's also something else, there's a few other things I want to do here as well. For one, if for some reason you want to use this shop over here, this actually would be a pretty decent time to do it. This mag transfer shop is for the mag broker. Mag exchange will purchase mag you've acquired in battle. Right? The mag market price changes day to day, but it's more favorable on days where weather is bad.
Come at a good time.
Weather's awful sour, but the magla is good on days like this, so the exchange rate's better than usual. You in? We can exchange now. Normally, the exchange rate is pretty decent. Like, for example, if we were to put in, let's say, all of our mag, we would get 159,000 ring. Not great. So, let me go ahead and just do something here a little bit. If you wanted to use this mag converter, now would be a decent time. You would get, for one mag, you would get 6 ring, as you can see here. And you can see the exchange rate at the very top. The most I would say you would probably want to bring over is maybe like 3,000 mag. You shouldn't need a lot of Reeve, even if you don't have the pre-order bonus. You would be, if you had the exact same results that I've had, you would have 82,961 Reeve, which is plenty of money. And because there's sales going on, I want to look around for a little bit. Oh, speaking of, we actually do have some things to appraise. We have a rusted weapon. We've definitely seen this one before. Okay, what item did I get? That's not good that I didn't see what I got. I'm assuming it was the Silver Advocate. Yes. If not, when did I get this? Anyways, Silver Abacus, yay! 133 attack power merchant weapon. I'll take it. Whether that was from this or not. Out of my sight, filthy Elder! Someone's shouting from upstairs, but don't let it get to you. You haven't done anything wrong. Yet. Hey, come down here and fight me like a man, you mother... You know what? Probably shouldn't say that right next to the gallows. Anyways, in this back corner here near the honeybee, there's this building right here. Hello. Oh, you're very pretty. I like that hoodie. You there. You know what they sell at the store? Hypothetically, if you do, don't tell anyone else. Without the store, folks like us wouldn't be able to use magic. We'd be unable to protect ourselves. The shop's owner's risking out their neck for us, so don't say anything you don't need to. Sounds good. This shop right here is only available during nighttime, the Gloam Hall. This has been available to us for a while, I just haven't actually shown it off yet. Let's see what you're all about.
Say there.
Cautious shopkeep. Today is Idols Day, so I'm happy to offer the customary discount. But my goods aren't especially legal. Oh, sounds good to me. You're a new shopkeep. Let's see what you have to say. The world shouldn't revolve around the privileged few who can afford expensive igniters. Consequently, my wares are distinguished by their affordability and utility. I'll be the judge of that. Well, except for the rings, that is. They're the most valuable, and not as easily handled as an igniter. Only a true mage can utilize their real power. If you're confident in your magic abilities, why not give them a chance? I'm gonna go ahead and sell my stuff at your shop. Sounds very interesting. Okay, so we've got some consumable items we can purchase here. Pretty valuable stuff. You can try to exploit enemy weaknesses using consumable items. Pretty good. But what if we were to look at the more expensive stuff? We have Praetorian Cloth, 22,000 Reeve, 4 of them available. Cloth, once carried by a renowned bodyguard, reduces turn icon cost of guard command by half. It essentially allows you to guard and pretend as if you're passing your turn. Really, really underrated item, in my personal opinion. Being able to guard instead of passing your turn and still getting the benefits of pass turn is super good, especially on higher difficulties, in my personal opinion. I'm sure there will be some people who disagree with me on that. Phantasmal Doll. Paper doll that summons shadowy projections. Able to perform 2 consecutive actions on the person who's equipping this. Actions use turn icons as normal. So essentially, the person who has this equipped, whenever they go, they will use 1 turn icon to perform 1 action, and then will immediately begin their turn again, and they will use another turn icon for their next action. This is very, very good on paper, but this is an accessory that could easily screw you over if you do not play around the fact that you will have a character that's moving twice whenever their turn comes around. Because again, the turn order is set whenever you begin combat, and if you need to get to someone's turn faster, if you have to go through 2 full turns with this Phantasmal Doll, so you might run into issues where this will actively hinder you when planning out strategies rather than help you, but the inverse is also true. You can make some dastardly strategies around the Phantasmal Doll and having 1 character move twice. It's super good, but you need to be very careful about how you use this item. It's also 39,000 read for just 1 of them. Very expensive. Plague Mask. Shaped like a bird's beak, this prevents poison. Pretty good. Polarity Magnet prevents paralysis. Malice Screen prevents hex. Garlic Aromatics prevents daze. Forget-me-nots prevents forget. Mint Charm prevents sleep. These are some very useful utility items. I don't think there's a reason to buy any of these, but they're here if you need them. Just be sure to, buy them at the evening time, otherwise you can't access this store. But the Praetorian Cloth and the Phantasmal Doll are very, very good items. And if I were to recommend any of these for you to get right now, I would recommend the Praetorian Cloth. 1 or even 2 of these, if you wanted to spend a lot more money. I'm not going to get these right now. I just wanted to bring these up. It's not like these shops are going anywhere. We got plenty of time. Now, with that all done, let's now go hang out with Brigitte. Brigitte asks Will to take care of her dog, and very, very cute dog, by the way, and keep its presence secret. The fact that he needs no igniters intrigues her. Okay. I wonder if he'll come again. If he does, I'll get to pet the dog. Yes, please.
Well,
Hello, Brigitte. Sure you're not gonna catch a cold out here? You know what? You seem pretty determined. I'm not gonna bother you.
Just you.
Ah, so it's you. Seem unscathed. Have you come to work? Of course.
Now then.
Hey, dude, hey, way to butt into my conversation, bruh. Here's the leash. Today's job is to walk it. Brigitte, you do know it's raining, right? You want me to bring your dog? You know what? Dogs kind of like the rain. Yeah, I've had dogs that like the rain. It's been itching to get out lately. Keeps making a fuss. Walk it around the capital so it quiets down and get the energy out of its system. You can't be seen coming in or out of it. If you've no questions, then get to it. Yep. I took the dog out without anyone seeing, and I walked her around the capital. It seems to have taken a liking to you.
But
I could hear it from downstairs. Don't get it too excited. This is on you too, dog. A simple walk shouldn't be enough for you to let your guard down. You jealous or something? Don't tell me you're jealous.
intriguing.
You know, I could always test one of these igniters on you. Words are weapons. Try thinking before you speak. No.
Hopeless.
I've never liked this thing, ever since the first time I laid eyes on it. It was on the side of the road, buried from the neck down. Head bleeding too, probably hit by a rock at some point.
It's over.
Could have just given up and died. It looked into my eyes and whimpered. I hated the sight of it. This poor little dog? You didn't feel drawn to it at all?
In those days.
I was once a stray myself. My earliest memory is of fighting a dog over a scrap of meat covered in dirt, and getting bitten for my trouble. Wherever I went, I found only hunger and violence, so I robbed and stole anything and everything. I fought, and I survived.
It's a living hell.
It was hell.
really?
It's beyond words.
Uh,
What am I doing talking to a child like this?
just a fantasy.
Just like that dog, I let my guard down like a fool. Never mind. Forget I said anything.
Sure.
Understood.
Yes.
Good. And while we're on the subject, a word of advice.
Listen.
This world is a bottomless hell, a bog of endless muck. And if you trust another person to keep you afloat in it, you'll feel the sludge close over your head soon enough.
Don't ever forget that.
To survive, you need the strength to make your way through that muck. Nobody can do it for you, and indeed, nobody else should. You need your own strength. And I'd say that's well within your powers.
Therefore,
In addition, I'd like to provide one other reward. I'm sure you're aware that there is a man in town tasked with exchanging mag obtained from hunting monsters and the like. I'll put in a word with them so they're more flexible with you. Not just here in Grand Trad, but across the kingdom. It sends Brigida's attempts at kindness and trust. Alright, well, thanks for the words of wisdom, I guess.
nothing can stop me now.
We obtained Scion's skill, increases the skill inheritance slots for the merchant lineage to 2. And we got merchant's rate, improves the exchange rate at the mag exchange. We are just talking about how it was 1 mag for 6 reeve. That'll be improved now.
Even then,
I shouldn't be the only one talking. You owe me some secrets of yours after all that. Grius tried to kill Luis, did he not? Then I imagine you're aiming for the same thing.
you there.
What are your true motives? What are you really aiming to do?
That's...
I want to better this country. Your true motives, I say. Though, well, I suppose it's not impossible you really do mean that. I can't tell what you're thinking at all. But I'll expose your true nature eventually.
I'm off.
That's all for today. Come by again when you can. I'm sure the dog will be delighted to see you. I mean, killing Luis will probably better this country, so we're not technically wrong. Thanks for the money and the mag. So Forden's grand announcement is coming tomorrow, is it? What's the proclamation of his going to be anyway? Wonder if he's going to thank us for what we did at the Grand Cathedral.
No.
I wouldn't hold your breath on that one. Ostensibly, the state army is getting all the credit for taking down that human after all. We shall know soon enough, so there's little point contemplating it further. Until then, let us simply do what we can as we wait for the events to unfold. Very foreboding. 22 degrees Celsius in the daytime. That's not bad. I mean, it's June in the desert, so it's, yeah, okay. Singja's Grand's announcement is happening tomorrow. Here we go! So, one thing I want to actually talk about is, we haven't gone to Brigida's shop yet, so while we're on the topic of shops,
All right.
let's go check it out. We have access to it, so let's see what it's all about. Actually, before we do this, I gotta make it a tradition now. You have new dialogue, lady. Let's see if you're any nicer now that we took down the human. No. I've had enough. I heard there's still a monster about in the Grand Cathedral. That blasted Eldaspawn is still about too. It's also ominous. We're done in 4. Well, I tried. Anyways, let's go hang out at Brigida's shop then. Surely she won't mind me surfing into her door here. Okay, ooh, very gaudy of you. Got some display igniters, okay. Got just a big rock. These crystals aren't merchandise, are they? Seem to be just lumps of magla. Cool. Hello, igniter merchant. I've been informed that we will now allow you to purchase our magic igniters. Those were the words of the association's Brigida Lyacone herself. With that being the case, allow me to help you in finding an igniter that suits your needs. I hear a voice in my mind. No, not her again. No.
Thanks.
Those who see duty through to completion should be fairly compensated. The store's wares are yours to pursue from here on. Okay, thanks for my proof of membership, I can now shop here. We can appraise things at the Lyacone Magic Association. New shopkeep, let's see what he has to say. Good sir, it would seem that you've developed quite a rapport with our field representative. Do be careful. Take that advice to the heart. We have the Blaze... Oh, 50,000 reeve! Blaze Igniter! Standard Fire Igniter enables the multi-target fire skill Mage Flames. AoE Fire. AoE Ice. AoE Electric. AoE Wind. AoE Light. AoE Dark. Most of the, for the most cases, the only way we have access to multi-target elemental attacks is by using synthesis skills with Magic Seeker or Healer. I can't say that because there's actually an archetype called Magic Seeker. So, the Magic lineage, the Seeker lineage, the Mage lineage, or the Healer lineage. There we go. I got through the description. But with these, we have access to them whenever we want. Of course, Igniters cost more MP to use than regular magic spells, but it's here if you need it for just one press turn. The big difference being here is the Penumbra Igniter here, which will give us access to multi-target dark magic. We don't have anyone that has access to dark yet, so this could be a valuable purchase, but I wouldn't recommend it. Thanks, Brigida, but I think your shop is not going to come in handy right now. I want to go over to this church crier and see what he has to say now. Thanks to the efforts of the royal army, the Necromancer's rebellion has been quelled. Credit is also owed to Sanctifex Forden, whose inspiring presence rallied the soldiers and boosted their morale. Once again, the one true God has rewarded our faith. Closure! As we've seen, yeah, we're not getting any of the credit for defeating that human, despite us, well, being the only ones fighting it. There are still a few people who recognize our efforts as the ones who actually took him down, but you know how it is. Also, this cook here has new dialogue.
Thank you much.
Thanks to you, I've gained valuable knowledge about the Hush Honeybee's cooking. Thank you so much. I'm going to start making dishes behind the chef's back. Someday, I'll shock the world with my culinary skills. Sounds good. So, we don't have any bonds we can do today, so instead, we should probably work on our royal virtues. And there's one NPC in particular that I want to go talk to, and he's in Sunshade Row. Down here in Sunshade Row, we have this fella right over here. Masked Man, he's one of the Mystari, and as we can tell, he has his face covered, as they all do. Let's see what he has to say.
Oh.
Greetings, Elder Boy. We don't see many of your tribe in the royal capital, though we're similar in that way. Have you heard of the Mystari tribe? We too are rarely seen in Grand Trad. We've seen a few of you. So yeah, I have.
However,
So you've met other Mystari before. But I doubt you know everything about us, yes? So then, interest in our history, in why we live our lives secluded and oppressed. I'll share if you'd like to know. Mystari history. Learning more about them may help us better support those in need, right? Understanding different cultures and points of view might improve my tolerance. What do you want to do, listen to him? Yeah, why not? We'll talk with him.
pleased to hear it.
Glad to hear it. Let's go elsewhere and chat, shall we?
Well then.
Our tribe is called the Mystari. Perhaps the most obvious part of our culture is that we wear masks. Just like the one I have on right now. I guess I could be... But that seems disrespectful. I'll save that joke for some other time. Next thing you'll notice, we all have 3 eyes.
What?
3 eyes? And that goes for every Mystari. What's it like to see for you all? Our third eye cannot see things. We see the world almost exactly as you do. However, the Mystari faith is vastly different from that of other tribes. We have our own unique faith, different from the state religion Sanctism. Is it restricted to the Mystari tribe? That's correct. Normally, we cannot reveal our teachings to other tribes. Sanctism is a belief open to all. Perhaps that is why, at times, politics get involved and distort its doctrine. For that reason, we refrain from revealing our faith to everyone. It's our only means of keeping our doctrine the way it should be. It doesn't sound like the best solution, but I'm guessing it's complicated. Some try to spread our teachings outside the island, but things quickly grow complex and one must tread carefully. Other tribes have a tendency to jump to conclusions. That is why Sanctism has gathered many believers. And now we are scorned as the Masked Tribe. That is who we are, forever etched in our history. He taught me about the Mystari way of life. I feel learning more about their existence has improved my tolerance. 2 points, not bad. We'll take it.
Pleased to hear it.
It may be worth telling you more. Next time I'll tell you about our basic doctrine, if the chance comes. Okay. Hearing all that was intriguing. It's about time I head back to the inn, though. Fair enough. You know, honestly, I had a few ideas for what I wanted to do for this time slot, but I think honestly, yeah, why not? Let's go talk to him again. He is available both in the afternoon and the evening, so we can definitely do that. Announcements tomorrow, huh? It is. So just be sure. Hopefully you have finished the regular Grand Cathedral by now. I think actually, I mean, we would be screwed by now because it's the evening. But yeah, today would have been technically the last day for you to do that. Anyways, we're gonna hang out with this Mastari man. Oh, hello there, buddy. Hello there, we meet again. Are you still interested in the Mastari? If so, then I'd be delighted to tell you more about
What do you
us.
think?
Well, if you listen to him, your tolerance will probably improve. Let's listen to him.
I see.
Well then, today I'll detail more of the faith we believe in.
Long ago,
Long ago, God's messengers ruled over existence. When they perished, they conferred a holy relic onto the world. This holy relic exists to this day and has been passed down for generations within our tribe as a divine object that represents God himself. We believe that only they who wield the divine relic, the instrument of God, can truly receive the authentic teachings. One of our teachings tells us to devote our entire being to what we hold most dear. Even now, it's the core tenet of our our priestess strives to embody. Okay.
All right.
2 extra points in tolerance. Pretty interesting culture there, buddy.
pleased to hear it.
I believe I've told you all I can, but we Wistari live all over, hiding out in various places. If you're interested, you might try lending an ear to those other Mastari. I'll keep that in mind. Hearing all that was intriguing. It's about time I head back to the inn.
It would seem that disaster was averted.